All right, so this is one of my most passionate topics to talk about. I keep on discussing it with Kag and Ali, all right? And it's just how shitty they've been handling the game's meta since season 3 of JP, which was in July of 2024. 2024, I think. No, 2023, 2023. It's been a while since the game's been up. I didn't even I forgot. But essentially, the main problems, I'll put them on screen right now. Okay, so these are the main things that I kind of drafted up. So number one, well, it's just bad design in general, and we're gonna get through it. Every second unit I talk about with disdain. Besides Lumiere and Sekre, that was very good releases. Sekre was amazing, and then we got Dwarf Charmy. Anyway, so the PVE is unrewarding, and this does not help because the PVE being unrewarding forces everyone to have to care about PvP if they want to continue playing and being competitive, right? So everything in PvE is unrewarding. Tower, the newest floors, not even 100 people on the US server have done it, not even 1,000 people in the whole world have done it. Because of the rewards, genuinely because of the rewards. Garena is just absolutely just closing their eyes to that problem. And then we had, what's the other one? What else came out? I'm trying to remember. But there is also Daily Boss, right? Daily Boss is pretty bad. You know why? Because we already have most of the rewards we need. It could help some people, but most of the people going for top 10, top 100 are all whales. And guess what? Whales already have the rewards you're providing because they already bought a bunch of mysterious accessories. That sucked. All right, Raid sucked. The new Raid that I wanted to have fun with, I didn't even try to go hard on it because guess what? It was not worth it. So everything they release is bad. So when you make that, well, guess what? You have to care about PvP if you want to actually care about this game, right? So PvE was bad and still is bad because of just absolute incompetence from Garena. Okay, I just want to make that very clear, put that out there. So that's one of the reasons. Then now we have to care about PvP. So then we get into the PvP topic. Units need to push the meta for people to summon, right? They want to make money. People have to summon, but it doesn't seem like they care. Like I don't even get how Black Clover is still open. I don't, because this game must cost a lot, right, to actually hold. So I'm like, what the fuck are they waiting for? Like, is there actually an anime coming? It's dead ass getting to that point where I'm coping to be like, how is this game open? I don't get it. But units need to push the meta, but it doesn't. Half the units that release do not push the meta at all. And I'm sure Garena's aware of this. I'm sure Vic Games is aware of this. They just don't care. They just don't care. And it's like, okay, by the first standing, I'm like, all right, well, they understand a lot of the recent units were not that good. Party Nozel, Party Kahono, Clover Noel, okay, who else? I guess even Zora to a certain extent, all right? A lot of these units were not doing what they were supposed to, okay? They were not. And the problem is, after the first standing, I'm like, okay, it seems to start to get better. Zora's design was amazing for JP, sucks on global because of the release time, right? So it's like, oh wow, okay, it did not get better. So at this point, I cannot give them the benefit of the doubt anymore when we're going towards the 1.5 anniversary. Now, the thing is, units are either bad or only good 1 to 3 months later, unless you're certain cases like Lumiere, Sekre, Black Divider, Chaos Vanessa, right? And it's been going on since season 3 of the game, which was July 2023. That's crazy. That's crazy. And we're going to provide multiple examples. This is the biggest point, right, that I keep on bringing up everywhere. And it's like people are, the number one thing you'll hear people say is that, oh, they might be good with X unit. Oh, they might be good with Y unit, right? Especially me and Ali, we keep on saying that. And you know why? Because that's usually the case. And that sucks. So not even counting bad releases. What do I mean by bad releases? Let's get through it. Okay, so I'm just going to blast them off. Party Nozel did nothing for the PvP meta, not even good in PvE. Okay, then we go to here. Gray didn't really do much for global at all. Okay, was only good on JP because they didn't understand 125 yet because they had so many units to adapt to, right? Charlotte, not really that good either. Was decent for a bit. Finral sucks. Was only good with Mono Blue, but nobody summoned for Mono Blue because that was not even the best team at that time, even with Finral. Okay, Goldity was bad on release, was okay over time. All right, Party Kahono sucked for PvP. And then we go here. Kahono sucked on release. Noel sucks in general. All right, DPSs, we could quickfire. All right, Langris sucks. She was good with Mono Red. Lisht was good for a little bit. Okay, Fuego was only good afterwards, right? We're going to get into the ones that were only good afterwards. Fauna sucked. Okay, Ceremoniami. Party? Ceremony? I don't know. Sucked. Luck sucked. Kyoto sucked. Noel was still dominating a bit too hard and no one was going crazy for Kyoto. And also, guys who came out right after? Julius. So what was the point? Summer Charlotte, absolutely horrible. Summer Yami, absolutely horrible. Dwarf Charmy. Whoever designed this kit, I hope you leave Vic Games. I hope you leave Vic Games. Please do. Please do. You disrespected the most anticipated unit from me since the game's launch. This unit holds a special place in my heart because it was the first time I ever used my voice in a video 4 years ago. And then she was bad in the game. Do you know how pissed that makes me? One of my most hyped, anticipated releases, and she sucked to the point where she is obsolete, right? No more comments on there. And then Jack, horrible for PvP too. Oh, this is fire. This is fire. Okay, I forgot this was an OST in Dokkan. Okay, anyway, all these units. And then we go to defenders. Vero, sucked. Summer Asta, sucked. Okay, was only good with 125. Sucked. Okay, so we got through it. All these units sucked. All of them. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Now, what also did not help is that a lot of old units like Basta, right? Who else is like an old William? Why are they still good? Because half the units that release are bad. So the meta isn't evolving enough. And there's not enough space that they still fill up the spaces that are needed. We don't have another stun immunity unit because they don't want to release another one, right? Basta's still that unit, even though he came out like in season 6. We're on like season 18 on JP, right? And Blue William won't leave ever because they refuse to make another one when Finral could have easily been Blue William 2.0. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, right? So just two little examples. But then we really get into it. Okay, we really get into it. And the first instance of this really being horrible was Summer Vanessa, all right? Now, you might be like, what's up with Summer Vanessa? So not even counting units that are just bad. I'm talking about units that were bad and got better. But the problem with that is in what world are you going to be able to summon for them afterwards, especially on Global recently when the Fest rerun banners, you can't even guarantee the unit. And guess what? You need the units max duped. How are you going to get the units max duped when it's a 0.5% chance without guaranteed pity? It's a 50-50 pity. The fuck are you on about? So why Summer Vanessa was this unit is because she was good with Julius. They came out 2 weeks apart. How were we supposed to know on JP? How were we supposed to know, right? There was zero way for us to know, right? And it's like, you can't be expected to pull every unit. I mean, low spenders aren't going to pull every unit. They're going to pull the units that are good. Summer Vanessa was not good because guess what the meta was when she came out? AoE. What did she do? She protected. What was good with protection? Julius, because his ult was single target stun. So making sure Julius didn't get stunned by the enemy was great because Summer Vanessa allowed that. So yeah, when Summer Vanessa came out, she was bad because it was an AoE meta. But then Julius came out and then she was really good, right? She was like top 10 worthy at that point. Like she was in the JP PvP tourney for like the whole thing. So that was the first instance of horrible misconduct. Then here, Fuego was horrible on release because who the fuck is going to be able to apply 3 burns to let him go crazy? Or even 2. Not many people, right? Not many people. So Fuego was not good. But then a month later, we got Halloween Charmy, which was the start. But then it only really happened when Mario came out way later. Way later. You see how much later that is? That's a lot of releases later. I think it was season 8. He released in season 4. 4-month difference. Are you kidding? This was in September and then Mario was in January or February almost. January 30th, right? So Fuego was another victim of this because he needed the burns. He was not able to apply them on launch. And it's like, why are you going to summon for this unit? Max dupe everything. When we don't even know what's coming out. We don't know if they're going to really go crazy on that. So there was no point. But then there became a point, but it was too late. That's the problem. It was too late. And that is what sucked. It did. Because even if, like, as a low spender, you probably could have been fine if you got him. But not everyone did, right? So that was the problem. And then we continue on. Then Witch Queen was another horrible instance of this because guess what? She came out before Black Asta. She came out, I think, a month before. So if you, like, sure, we could have made a guess that, yeah, Witch Queen would have been good, but how are we supposed to be guaranteed? Sure, right? That is the problem. Why would a low spender even go for that? Why would they max dupe it, right? That's the worst thing. I'm sure this wasn't exactly a problem on Global, but you're going to see this trend starting to affect Global. I'm just giving the earliest instances, and this is going to lead in to the incompetence and the oversight from Vic Games and maybe Garena. I don't know how much Garena takes care of the kits. So Witch Queen was needed for Basta, but we didn't know that. So that was another horrible thing. And then it's like, what's crazy is even these units sucked. All right, that doesn't really matter. I don't need to talk about that. We know they suck. Then it's Mario. So Mario had teams on launch, the Halloween Noel team, and then also the Basta Mario team. The problem is what was really her team, what really was toxic was Mono Green. Let's scroll down. Oh wait, Party Mimosa only came out after Mario? Oh wait, Vanessa only came out after Mario? So basically, the pillars of the team were only after Mario Leona. So yeah, let's say you didn't have Basta. Let's say you didn't have Halloween Noel. Let's say you just started. Well, you would have had to wait still. So then at that point, you're like, oh, do I even summon for Mario? Like, is it even worth it? Or do I just wait for Basta to return, for example? So there's a lot of these instances that you're starting to see. Mario, Clover Fuego, Summer Vanessa. And then it's either that, and guess what? We'd have more instances if it wasn't for the fact that the other units just outright sucked. So, you know. And then we continue going on. Okay, all right, now we go down. At this point, there's not really much. She just sucked. Real was okay, I guess. Like, he became a staple over time, especially with Rainbow. But you know why he became a staple? Because there was not any red supporters. Once again, another oversight. Then Yuno was one of the only fests that on release had his team. Literally one of the only ones. It's crazy. It is crazy. And Mono Blue was definitely not runnable. I lied. So, and then Party Knows That, one of my most hated releases, because it's just, I thought they were building up for something afterwards, but then nothing really helped them. So then we could kind of go down. Gray suffered on Global, on JP. She was good for a bit, but then just outright sucked. All right. Now, Zora. What was the point? Like, you want to introduce a dark unit, but this was wasted on Zora because we got Black Divider very soon after. Very soon after, right? Very soon after. So then we start getting to the like fucking dark ages. Finral. Okay, Finral. So he was only good a month after. Like, he was usable with Mono Blue, but the problem was no one really used it because guess what? No one summoned for Finral. And you know why they didn't summon? Because on launch, he was horrible. So it's like, yeah, of course no one's going to even try on Mono Blue, even if Mono Blue is able to make quick work of Black Divider in most instances, right? So that was just bad. And then obviously Summer Charlotte Yami sucked. But Finral was just never almost used. You barely saw him because guess what? There was no way to use him on launch. That was good. I don't know what they were going for there. And then when he came out with Ryo, and JP and Global, it was just not even good to use him, right? And then Dorothy. On launch, we didn't have Daily Boss Battle when this was out. So guess what? The best Mochi was good and Daily Boss Battle wasn't out. Shocker. Wow, they would do that? They would make a unit not good on launch? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? What the hell? You're telling me that a unit wasn't that good on launch? She was good in PvP a bit, but not meta on launch? What the fuck? Are you kidding? Yo, that's crazy. Who would have thought? Like, she was pretty good. I did like it. But she was not insane as she should be for a fest. There's higher requirements, right? Like, Kaiser's top 3, bro. Bro is insane, right? But even he has a problem where he's only going to be really usable and really impactful for the meta. Like, really impactful when all the debuffers come out. Which some people might be like, oh, I could skip. He's just a supporter. On JP, for example, if they don't know about the leaks. And then, 3 debuffers. And then it's like Kaiser is the one with debuff immunity, by the way. So yeah, the thing is with Dorothy, now, 3 months later, we just found out recently, right, that Gordon, he's going to be lowering the enemy's damage and all attack turn 1. And guess what? Dorothy would be able to spread it from the DPS to the, like, extend it and spread it to the whole team. Which means if there's multiple DPSs, bro, Dorothy could start cooking with that extension on the S1, which is really fucking good. Really, really good. So Dorothy's getting insane value in PvP. Only like 4 months down the line. Well, like 4 months after her release, right? So it's like, that's crazy to me. That's just crazy. And then Fuego. So even if it wasn't for the bug, objectively, he was good, but he was only S tier. Now he's closer to S plus in bot arena, all right? Bot arena specifically. But the problem is, he was only good a month after, and it's a fest. And it's like, oh, now you have to summon for him. But guess what? It's on a rerun banner that sucks. A rerun banner that sucks. Are you telling, like, what? What? Because the fest, oh my god, don't even get me started on them. Don't even get me started. Look at this shit. 0.5% chance to get Fuego. And then it's like half-half for the pity. Pathetic, bro. Actually pathetic. So yeah, another instance. Like, that's crazy to me. And then it's like, we skip this part. Dwarf Charmy. And then Kaiser. So Kaiser is good now. Like, top 5, top 3 contender. Problem is, he's only really going to get his value down the line, which JP people might not care about. Even if they really find him good, he needs to be max duped, all that good stuff. So the problem with some fests is that getting a max duped after their date that they came out after the banner is hard, but they might only be good after the banner. And same with pickups. It might be hard, but then, oh, it's going to be more difficult. But it's like, it's not even your fault. It's the game's fault because they didn't even make him good on launch. So why would you want to summon? And then we get into the future leagues where it's like, all these units are going to be good with some of the units now. And even luck. Bro, this luck sucks. Like, all these units that have problems that were released recently, I could literally tell you, give me 1 hour and I could tell you all their problems and exactly how to fix it. I'm telling you. But they don't care. Vic Games doesn't care. They don't care about Black Clover anymore, clearly. But if we check this, right, look, why is he bad? Well, because the other dots units aren't out yet. So he can't be used with the other dot units to really make it impactful. And then there's also the fact that he just sucks in general. So we don't even know if his kit is going to mesh well with the others. So a lot of people can't take that gamble. But every time there's a unit that's bad, it's like, oh, but so or so unit seems to help from what we know right now. But can we guarantee it? No, that's the problem. And that's the whole problem with the game. Because why the fuck would you try and go for a unit if you don't know if they're going to be good? Not if they're guaranteed. Like units like Sekre, Lumiere. We know they're guaranteed to be good. But do we guarantee no? Did we know that Fuego was going to get better? No. Did we guarantee no? If Dwarf Charmy was ever going to be good? Hell no, you should not have summoned that on her at all. Did we know if Dorothy was going to get good? She seemed to have good longevity, but it was still hard to tell, right? And then we even go down. Like, did we know Finral was going to get a little buff afterwards? No, right? So it's like all these instances of recent times. And even Raya, like, he got a bit of a buff, but Vettel still hurts him. It's just you're not seeing Vettel as much now. But still, Vettel still is hurting this guy. And it's like, how are we supposed to know, right? How are we supposed to know that he would have gotten buffed by a blue defender? That's fucking insane, right? So there's problems in this game, big problems. And I really hope that they could stop being actual idiots when they design some of these kits and make dud units 1 out of 3 times, okay? I don't get it. I don't get it. And at this point, it's whatever. I just thought I'd talk about it because I talk about this so much to Ali Conley, to Kag, right? That it's like, I need to kind of vent. And this has been my outlet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wonder if you agree with me. I took up instances over the last year and couple months on JP. Actually, 1.5 years on JP, yeah. Over 1.5 years. I took over 1.5 years of instances on JP and obviously kind of blended it in with global and future units that we know are coming that are going to help certain units and also make it so that we don't know if certain units are going to be good or stay shit. With that said, I'm done. Let me know what you think of this topic. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. See you. Watch Castlevania Nocturne. I will be for sure.